excited to finally announce that list that we've gone through of like 200 decks.
There was
The top
so
50s.
many submissions.
There were so many. It was fun though. I had a lot of fun just going through all the creations.
It was a lot of fun to read everybody's submissions.
I did it last night, and I think it took me like 2 hours. I gotta be honest, sometimes I only read like the first sentence because it was all like, yeah, just make your opponent miserable. Just make your opponent suffer. That's what it all came down to, really. But some had a little nice flavor to them.
Yeah, yeah. Some people took it really seriously and wrote out like a whole like thing of what you should do, how you should mulligan. Other people were like, just make your opponent's day miserable. There you go. That's it.
I don't know which one it was exactly, but one of them said like, no combo, no cute shenanigans, no synergy, just suffering. And I was like, just for that announcement alone, I might actually pick that one. Yeah, so I already imported the decks. It's pretty ambiguous. It's like you know, I put the little cards on the screen that are in the deck, so people can get a little teaser for it. But they don't really give the names away or anything. It's just this is 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
So
I should
whenever
have
you're
done
ready. That's all good.
that.
I hold on. Actually, I'll send this to you on Discord really fast, so you can import them easily too, in case you didn't have it already. Okay, there you go.
Look at you being prepared.
Yeah, you know, I feel like this is a lifetime of suffering. When I was younger and I had to do like presentations at school, and I would always fumble it, I would always stutter. So I've learned from my streaming life. I just come prepared. I have what I need, and I don't need to like have awkward silences and stuff. It's great, really. I would recommend it. It's just a lifetime of being awkward, so now I know how to be less awkward.
That's awesome. At least you're learning.
Exactly. Learning by failing.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready whenever you want to start.
Yeah, sounds good. So let's start with number 3, I guess. I do wanna start off by saying that there were so many Petricide Hall decks. So I don't know how many you ended up like marking down for, hey, this might be a contender, but I feel like at least like 40 or 30% must have been Petricide Hall decks.
Yeah, there was a lot of them.
Yeah, so it was kind of difficult to find the best one, but I feel like this card is a good indication for what suffering really looks like. So I picked a couple, then chose the best one, and here we are at 3rd place for it. So this list is by, I'm just going to use the gamer tag. This is sTeveMa from EU Northeast. So that is the first winner right here. I'm gonna see if I can find the description. So this one says, use landmarks as much as you can to try to do combos like putting Empire... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's not the right one. Wait, why is it not selecting the right one? It's both of them are talking about landmarks. Okay, here we go. I got it this time. Okay, it's death and taxes. The plan is to curse the enemy and tax those spells with Stony Suppressor and Sinner's Vice so they won't be able to play the game while they get beat down by the aggressive cards helped by Lux. You know, I think that sums it up pretty well right there. It's the Morgana package with curses, it's increasing spell cost, and a little bit of capture with the Petricide Hall. So it's really, you can't play units, and even if you think you do, I'm gonna curse them, and you gotta pay to get them back. What is your opinion on this concept, Rolly?
I wouldn't want to play against it. I would be very miserable. I like to play units and no spells, so I would be very sad with this.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this is a good way to start it, because the concept, of course, of the challenge was make your opponent suffer. So if you say I don't want to play against this, I say they belong in the top 3.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was narrowing it down when I was going through it. I was like, how would the opponent feel playing against this? Could they play? Could the game be won? Or would it just be miserable? There were some where it seemed like your opponent could win, but like they had a hell of a time going through the game.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I think that's what it came down to. Like, yeah, sure, you can queue up against me. You might get some LP, but I'm gonna make you suffer before you collect that LP.
Yeah, you're really gonna have to earn it.
Exactly. All right, well, congrats to sTeveMa for number 3. If you wanna go to number 2, then we'll...
Yeah, so in 2nd place, We have a Master Yi Janna deck that I totally didn't just, rig this all just so that Master Yi was winning something. This was submitted by the username justarandomsoul. Congratulations. Love the name, by the way, also. And their little description that they had shared with us is this hard Janna Yi combo deck looks to stall while discounting cards until you eventually win by developing a board of Empyreans. And then you want to drop Sunken Temple so that you can obviously, cycle your cards and get through those. And then the deck has a lot of mana cheating, soft removal healing, and pursues an elusive win con, which I think we can all just agree is really annoying.
I don't see the evil thing about elusive cards. They're fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're now an elusive blocker, so I guess you're safe from it.
True.
Yeah, and they said that you'll typically win on turn 15 or later, or your opponent will forfeit.
Well, winning on turn 15 or later is a pretty good indicator of a deck being, hell to play against.
Yeah, very annoying. But yeah, I thought this was a really cool deck. I really like that Master Yi is in something that's annoying to play against. It has Ionia Deny, and then the Dragon Caller and the Empyreans is just probably an underused card that is really cool in my opinion.
It always surprises me when I look at Dragon Caller that this is a 5-mana card, because it feels like it's so insane, but nobody really plays it, and it might just be the flow thing, I guess, that can be hard to activate sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, if you're looking at a deck with Unworthy Soul, Empyrean Dance, and Deny, that's honestly good enough to be considered for this contest. So landed at number 2 for that one.
Yep.
All right, should we go to the big winner?
Yes.
Anything else about this deck?
All right. No, I think we're moving on to number 1.
Okay. So me and you, we picked a couple of decks. Like I think we picked 5 each or something.
Yeah.
Showed them to each other. It's like, hey.
Narrowed it down to
5. The 5 that I really liked. And there was only one deck that we both had in that top 5. So for that exact reason, we figured, could only be one winner. And it's the one we both selected. So this one is made by Malaghose. Exquisite chef when it comes to Runeterra decks. Pretty active on the Twitter as well, always showing creations. And this is the one and only Vengeance Printer. It's really as simple as it gets. You play the Evil Imperfectionist on Vengeance, and then you cycle your deck over and over and over again with Sunken Temple, so you have a handful of cards that will just instantly kill all units from your opponent. And my personal favorite is including the Chemtech Drake in here. So this card is it's pretty expensive, it's pretty mean, but if you're playing a control deck, you can get away with a pretty value-oriented 8-mana card, right? That's gotta be good enough. So I'm a big fan of this one.
Yeah, it was really cool to see somebody actually build with Rocket Barrage, because this is not an aggro deck, for one, and then also, who plays this card?
True, especially with Heimerdinger rotated. Who would pick Rocket Barrage at this point? When you were going through the deck list, by the way, what were the standout cards for you? Did you see any cards that were like, hey, people are building around this a lot? Just out of curiosity, if anything stood out.
I was actually surprised at how different it was. I was like, oh, I'm gonna see a million Vex Lux just because that deck is really annoying right now. But people really branched out and were really creative and used stuff I wouldn't think I would see that often. So it was actually surprising that way. Yeah,
I have a couple of decks saved that were I guess runner-ups almost that we talked about as well, and I'm probably gonna be saving them. I'm gonna give a shout out to whoever made them that didn't quite land in the top 3, and probably just play them because sometimes just making your opponent suffer is the most fun you'll have playing Runeterra.
Oh, there's a couple that I have saved that I'm gonna play this. This is gonna be played at some point.
Yeah, the whole community doesn't know that the only reason we did this is to never run out of content, so we don't have to brew new decks all the time. We can just steal them. We're the real evil ones, the judges.
Yeah, we had them do our job.
One of my favorite things about this was that people would sometimes just submit like a meta deck. Like I saw a couple just like the most meta Elder Dragon decks of all time
Yep.
in the sheet in the submissions. So like, yeah, this deck is evil because it's the best deck in the game. Like, yeah, you're not wrong, but you're probably not gonna win with that. I can't just award RP to somebody that does that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a valid point because those decks are annoying.
Mhm.
It was a little sad to see those in there. Like, where's the creativity?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Not naming and shaming. We're not doing that. But another card that I saw a lot was Early Bird.
A
That I saw
lot
a
of early
lot of.
bird. I don't know if
Yeah.
people have like the people who built that and played or submitted those decks, have they played it to do that to other people, or has that been played against you guys and you're like, that was really annoying. I gotta build something around that.
Yeah. I did try some of the decks. Just to see like how it felt and if it was like even a little bit playable.
Yeah.
So, because I didn't want to just like, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna throw every annoying card in a deck. It wouldn't really be that playable. Like, you wouldn't actually have a game of Runeterra. So I did try some of them, but I felt like the Malaghose are really, really cooked with this Vengeance printer, and it's the absolute deserved #1 here.
And Vengeance is like my like most annoying to play against card, so I feel like it fit very well for like what I was looking at them. I'm like, yeah, I don't think anybody would just like their cards to just completely die every single time.
Yeah, I mean, cards dying, my spirit dying when I play against meta decks. Yeah, no, I agree. But Vengeance is a good card, and having it cheaper is fantastic. So I don't know what your stream is gonna look like, but after this I'm gonna jump on the ladder and see how well it does. Even though I did give this one a try already. But unfortunately, I was thinking maybe sometime in the future, because I can't do it right now. But if I had an NA account, maybe we should play some of these against each other if we do another deck contest next time. If of course you want to be a judge again next time we do this.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I have an EU account, but I don't have a lot of cards on it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I had one from Riot that had like the account unlocked just for friends, so maybe we can do that next time.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And then we could
right.
battle out with the decks.
All right, sounds good. Okay. I am gonna jump on ladder. Congratulations again to the top 3.
Let's go.
And Roly, thank you so much for doing this with me, for going through that huge list and being a judge.
God. Yeah.
200, close to 200.
Yeah, we ended up with 180 submissions in total to go through and think about, which is a lot. I wasn't expecting. Well, I don't know what I was expecting actually, but that was a lot of submissions. But yeah, thank you so much for putting on this event and inviting me to be a judge in this. And thank you to everyone who submitted a deck. It was such a joy to see your guys' concepts and read, whether it was serious or not, read your description about your deck. I can see a lot of people really care about what they built. It was nice.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a joy going through it. I love taking my time, just reading a little comment, looking at the deck, and imagining the combos, and sometimes even trying it myself. It took a lot of time, but honestly, it was very worth it, and I'm glad that we actually got to do it. So next time we'll find a new little theme that maybe people can build around, and then we'll have to do this again.
Sounds good.
All right. Then enjoy the rest of your stream, and I'm sure we'll talk again very soon.
Yeah, have a good stream yourself.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.